How would you respond to what you've just heard from Rahul Gandhi?
Well, I only this much to say that man has still not grown up. I mean, he is 52 years of age, but still adolescent in politics who doesn't know the India's strategic position and how India is reacting to what issues and subjects strategically. I still remember Rahul Gandhi after the abrogation of section 317 35A said there's a bloodbath in Kashmir. And then later on, he has to retract his statement. There's not a single bullet being fired in Kashmir. Although he said, "Oh, there's a bloodbath happening, and bullets, there's a lot of murders happening. Army is doing a bloodbath in Kashmir." That was his word after the Section 370 35 was abrogated. But that point aside, even now, he is not aware what sort of situation they gave us in Ladakh and in the Arunachal sector. Mr. Anthony on record in Parliament is on record saying that we will not build infrastructure, we will not build roads, we will not build any tunnels or any other infrastructure because China can come and use that infrastructure. But this government has built up heavy infrastructure on the borders. Not only that, they have built up the army infrastructure also. They have provided all what is desired by the army at the border. And then there's a round-the-clock vigilance on the border. But he speaks China's language. He said that our government will not speak. I'm saying that he speaks China's language.
But why? Sardar R.P. Singh Saab, my question is why?
I'm coming to why.
Why should you have a political party of the country right now not standing with our forces, not standing with the country, but singing paeans for China? And he says that our soldiers are being thrashed by the Chinese PLA.
The fact is that he is not aware of the Sikh regiment. And I'm hopeful the Sikh regiment would have gone through the interview and because they're not entitled to answer, otherwise they would have given a very befitting reply. I mean, the way our brave soldiers gave the Chinese the bloody nose, I mean, that's all known to everyone. But that point aside, but the issue is why he's doing so is because it's a payback time. I mean, the agreement has been signed with the Communist Party of China, against which the money also stay in hand. We all know that 1 crore 35 lakh rupees came in from the Chinese embassy to the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. And this was on record. But what all otherwise would happen, we don't know. But surely this is a payback time by the Congress Party to the Chinese Communist Party of China, because they believe more in global times, less in our army general. General Narwane is on record saying that not an inch of land has been taken by China, has been given to China. Whereas I still remember Shamsaran, the NSA in the UP regime, has said in August 2006 that 650 kilometers of land has been taken by China. The NSA of that time, the UP regime, has said so. But as they are, I mean, they will speak whatever China wants them to speak. They will try to create misinformation here. They'll send messages which will spread misinformation here, only on behalf of China, because they are more the spokesperson of Global Times or the China Communist Party than the Indian Army.
But I want to know, Sardar R.P. Singh Saab, before I let you go. Now, he's saying that the government of the day is sleeping. He's saying the government of the day is hiding facts. The government is not being clear and open about what's going on vis-a-vis China. And he says that China is preparing for war. But our government is not telling us that. And he's also attacked the External Affairs Minister, in fact. He's spoken about Dr. S. Jaishankar and he says he needs to read up.
Well, Mr. Rahul Gandhi should declare his source of information which is telling China is preparing for war, one, and also tell the source of other information which is more about China than the Indian Army. As I said, the man doesn't believe in Indian Army. He doesn't believe in Indian Army preparedness on the border, but he still believes what China feeds them.
Okay.
I don't want to use a harsh
word. All right, we leave it there, Sardar R.P. Singh Saab. Yes, you can complete your point, sir. Okay. Okay, so the BJP says we do not know what's the source and why is Rahul Gandhi more confident of what China is doing versus what the Indian Army says, what the Indian Army does, and why today's Rahul Gandhi not standing with our forces. That is what the BJP is asking. And all this, remember, just coming after what you've seen at Tawang. This undated video, remember, that's playing out in the center of your screens, again, is a clear testimony to how our soldiers have literally pushed back the PLA troops. I also want to get into this entire conversation. Group Captain Augustine Vinod, who's been again patient and holding that phone line. Group Captain, sir, good evening. Thank you for speaking to us on Republic. Not the very first time, sir, that we are speaking about Rahul Gandhi, and another instance of him having, crossed that red line. He has more sources, more information about what China is doing, but he's not ready to believe what our forces say, what the government says, in fact, on the floor of the House.
I know. I mean, I was really appalled and taken aback by such a statement, and that too when you have a theme of something called Bharat Jodo Yatra. So I don't know what part of Jodo is this, because you see the number of soldiers, that undated video that is playing out. You see the number of soldiers that the Chinese pushed in, vis-a-vis the number of soldiers who opposed them, probably gave it back to them, and pushed them back with, unlike, Galwan, where a lot of lives were lost on both sides, we didn't lose any lives. So that is, kudos to all the soldiers, including JCOs and officers, who pushed them back. And if you play the sound, our soldiers are speaking in Punjabi, so that famous quote that really came to my mind, "Chidiya naal main baaz ladawa te Guru Gobind Singh naam karawa." So, one Punjabi or one Sardar is equivalent to, Sawa lakh. So that is what we proved it on the ground over there. So instead of saying, good job done, 300, 400 people came in with whatever thought process they came in with, and good job done to our soldiers, they pushed them back without, being political about it. So why bring politics into this is really what baffles me, because there is no politics in this. Where is politics? You tell me. There is a bunch of soldiers who came down, a bunch of soldiers who pushed them back, and we achieved our aim. That is long and short of what I understood out of this. And in your own channel, day before I was there, I was talking about it with morning, I think, with Gaurav. The same thing I said it over there. What is important for us to understand is why this dipstick on a non-campaigning season. That is what is important. Let's leave everything aside and look at logic. The logic is that